Welcome back to another episode of Organizing Tune-Ups with your host, Jessica Littman, the Organized Mama, where we break down big organizing concepts into small bite-sized chunks you can do every day in your home for 5 to 15 minutes. Habit tracking. This has been something that has been brought up quite a few times in regards to my episode on organizing habits and how do you keep those habits sticking? How do you keep doing those habits over and over again? So I'm going to share a couple of ways that you can track your habits to help motivate you so you can stay with those habits, you can keep them going, and you can ensure that, all of those things that you want to do, you want to change, are going to be pretty soon like rote memory. So you just have to just do them. Your body just goes into autopilot because you've set it up for success for that reason. So my biggest thing, I do track habits. I do recommend tracking habits. I think it really helps. It helps hold you accountable. You can visually see everything, and honestly, it's kind of fun to check off a box to be like, I did it. I did my habit. I did my thing that I'm trying to change about myself, my workflow, whatever it is. So for me, one of my habits that I've been really trying to instill in myself is to work out every day. And when I say workout, it could be yoga, it could be meditation, because that's working out my brain, and really anything where I'm doing something for myself in that regard. And so I've been using habit trackers. I have my exercise app, and I don't want the number of days that I participated to stop. I don't want there to be a gap. A break in the chain is an expression that's used in the habit tracking world. I don't want that to happen. And now it's gotten to the point where once you kind of get a week into it, you're well, I don't want to stop this streak. I don't want to stop my habit. I want to keep going with it, because then I just have to start back at zero, and I don't want to have to do that. So it's kind of like a game that you set up for yourself in your head, so you can, increase and force yourself to do and to continue this new habit. It's a way to hold yourself accountable. So for me, that works, but I know that doesn't work for everyone, and not for every single task is that going to work. So some other ways that you can track habits are in your planner or on any kind of project planning board or something like that. You can create a daily checklist. I have been using a bullet journal. I think I've been using it for about a year now. No, so it's been 6, 7 months, whatever. It's been a while since I've been using a bullet journal. And in the bullet journal, I've also included things that I'm trying to make a habit for myself. So I will write my very specific goals. So, get up, make bed, wash face. And I put that in my bullet journal as things that I need to do. So I'm starting to create a habit of doing some of those things, because sometimes in the morning I would kind of be lazy, and I'd drink my coffee and I'd just kind of be slow in the morning, which is fine. But then it'd be 10 o'clock and I'm oh, I'm not ready for the day. I'm still in pajamas. I need to kick my little tush into gear. So now I'm adding that to my planner and writing down all of the steps and the habits that I want to take in an order that I want to take them. So in my planner, I can check them off, because checking off small tasks and habits works for me. I do very well with those things. I like the check mark. Both of my kids do very well with checking off their things and the habits that we're trying to instill in them as well. So by putting it in order in some form of a checklist really is a great way to add accountability to your habits. Another way to really kind of track your habits is to do what's called habit stacking. I like the idea, the concept of a habit stack. You take a habit that you're already doing, and then you add a new habit to that existing habit. So I'm going to give you an example. Okay, you finish a load of laundry, and that load of laundry then goes in the basket to go upstairs. One thing you could do, let's say you wanted to put away laundry as soon as it's out of the dryer, if that's like a habit you want to do. So you're already bringing your laundry upstairs. So instead of like setting it in the normal spot, dump it on your bed. And so and then from there, oh, well, I'm not going to sleep in my bed with clothes on my bed, so I'm going to put them away. So you're kind of like creating this stack of habits on an existing habit, which is bringing your laundry upstairs to your bedroom in a laundry basket. Another kind of example of habit stacking is you have your coffee in the morning. So while your coffee is being made, you can stack a habit on that by emptying the dishwasher. So those two can kind of like go together, so you can, you're already making your coffee, so why not empty the dishwasher while you're waiting for it? Or you can, cut up some fruit or food for the day that you want because you want to try and eat a little bit healthier. So you're adding a new habit to an existing habit is habit stacking. So I like the idea of it if you can identify some habits and little bursts of time that you can add something new to that. Another thing, like I talked about earlier, using apps to kind of like keep the chain going. So if your workout program doesn't have an app to kind of like track your days, if you're trying to do a new habit that doesn't have some tracker in it, there are apps. One of my favorites is called Streaks. You can set notifications and it'll just kind of be like, you haven't read a chapter in the book today. And so, I will make sure that I do that because I'm getting the notifications from this app, and then I want the streak to continue of me creating this new habit for myself. I also have a habit tracker workbook where you can get that to kind of like write down your habit goals and then track them as well. You can get that where you are listening to this podcast. Also, setting habit goals is huge. So if you want to, change a habit, if you want to add to a habit, if you want to do something with your habit, what you need to do is set a goal for yourself and then like stick to that goal. So I'm putting on like my special ed teacher hat, and when we would write IEP goals for our kiddos, it's basically the same thing. So you want to write a goal, and then you want to write the steps that you need to take in order to do that, and then you track all of those steps. So if your goal is to work out every morning, then you're going to set that goal. You're going to work out every morning, and working out looks like what? You need to be like specific. What is working out? For me, working out means just like moving my body in some way. So even if it's a walk, that counts. All of those things for me count. So that's my goal. I want to do it every day. And I'm tracking it using my habit tracker workbook. So every day I can color it in to say that it is done. I can cut it out and paste it in my bullet journal. So it works really well. And then set rewards for your habit goals. So this is why I like habit goals, because you set the goal, and then from the goal you can set rewards for yourself. So after I do this for 1 month, I can get new workout pants, and then I did it for 2 months, and so I can give myself some reward. So you're linking a reward to completing the habit for X amount of time. This is really motivating, especially for people that kind of like drag their feet on some of the habits. So like, okay, well, I really want those new workout pants. So I will make sure that I do all of these things so that I can buy the workout pants. Or like you pay yourself $1 every time you do one of the things. And then once you have X amount of dollars, then you can go buy something. It's the little things to kind of set your mind in a different space so that you will complete that new habit. You will be able to track those things, and you're going to feel so much better because you are holding yourself accountable in some way to change your actions and create new habits. I'll see you in the next one.